Jake White survives a vote of no confidence and keeps his job as Bok coach. Police mystified after uncovering a massive stockpile of explosives and ammunition outside Cape Town. And warnings of a pre-Christmas interest rate hike as credit demand soars to an all-time high. Live from Johannesburg, this is E-News Prime Time. A very good evening. Springbok coach Jake White is keeping his job. In an unprecedented move, he was summoned back from England while on tour to face a vote of no confidence. But he's emerged from today's President's Council meeting unscathed.
The Springboks opened their end-of-year tour with a shock 32-15 defeat against Ireland. The following week, they lost 23-21 against England. And the pressure on Jake White hit fever pitch. Not only were the calls in the media for him to be sacked, but the Blue Bulls moved a motion of no confidence against White. This led to the extraordinary move to call the coach to a President's Council meeting halfway around the world in the middle of a tour. But last weekend, the clouds began to lift. The Boks bounced back with a 25-15 victory in the second test, their first win at Twickenham in 8 years. But arriving this morning, White appeared tense ahead of the meeting.
I was always going to attend President's Council meetings whenever I could, but I don't know if I was always going to be invited to this one because I was away,
But after stating his case to the President's Council, the majority of the presidents backed him and he survived the axe.
Every single President's Councillor contributed what his views on the matter, what his province's views on the matter. There was a minority that supported the motion.
I'm relieved by the fact that, that I can relax a bit and get on with the job of coaching.
Flying back to South Africa to meet his bosses to discuss a vote of no confidence was a nerve-wracking experience for Jake White. He endured a thorough grilling here, but he flies back to London, relieved that he remains Springbok head coach. Zaid Omar, E-News, Cape Town.
A huge illegal cache of ammunition and explosives is now in police hands. It was found during a 16-hour raid at a small shopping centre outside Cape Town. But it's still a mystery how the munitions landed up there.
At first glance, this shopping centre houses only a church, an art gallery and a tyre shop. But round the back, police made an entirely different discovery.
Several civil commercial explosives as well as ammunition were found stored in boxes. We also confiscated magazines, detonators, cortex, boosters, charges, igniter cord, fuse heads, fuses and blast indicators.
The people working at the tyre shop and at the church on the same premises all say they had no idea there was an illegal stash of explosives right in their backyard. Enough explosives to destroy most of this neighbourhood. The cache was discovered in a storeroom at the back of the complex. The business owners here all say they've never had access to the area. Most of the neighbours living nearby were unwilling to talk, saying only that there'd previously been gang activity at the building, which was then a hotel. The police raid began on Tuesday afternoon. They'd been tipped off by one of the neighbours who'd heard an explosion.
All I know, when me and my friend were sitting on his balcony, this was about Monday afternoon. So all we heard was just like a big bang, explosion happening over here at the back, what we know as the hotel.
Police are investigating a case of illegally storing explosives and are still hunting for those responsible. Amy Brooke, E-News, Cape Town.
A war of words is brewing in the low-cost airline industry. Comair is claiming that Mango Airlines is losing up to R3 million a week. But the bosses of the new no-frills airliner have dismissed these allegations.
To the skies for the first time 2 weeks ago. But the low-cost airline hit some turbulence even before takeoff. At its launch, Mango promised South Africans the cheapest airfares. But within days, two of its competitors came up with better offers, thus triggering a price war in the low-cost airline industry. Mango is being bankrolled by state-owned South African Airways. This means the new no-frills airliner is funded with taxpayers' money. Now one of its competitors is claiming that Mango is losing loads of money every week.
The current loads are running relatively low. We're looking at passenger numbers of below 50% occupancy. And on that basis, we've calculated that they're losing approximately 3 million rand a week at the moment.
But Mango's bosses say they're satisfied with ticket sales and have dismissed Comair's claims as untrue.
They do not know what our cost structure is. They do not know what the cost structure of a true low-cost carrier is. So, no, it's factually incorrect.
But Nico Bezuidenhout didn't want to reveal how much it actually costs to keep Mango's planes in the air. The low-cost airline has given itself 2 years to start making a profit. And experts say it's too soon to tell whether or not Mango is a waste of taxpayers' money.
They've entered into a very competitive market, and there's obviously a lot of promotional work that they're going to be looking at and doing, and there's obviously going to be reaction from competition. So I think it's probably too soon to make a call, and we just need to let time take its course.
Mango bosses are confident they'll make a profit within their target period. Belinda Moses, E-News, Johannesburg.
Brace yourselves for another interest rate hike next week. The warning has been sounded by Reserve Bank Governor Tito Mboweni. It comes in the wake of another increase in inflation and still soaring demand for credit.
The Reserve Bank is committed to keeping inflation within a range of 3 to 6% and curbing consumer spending on credit. The most effective way to reach those goals, hiking interest rates. The latest inflation and credit figures don't bode well for debt-ridden South Africans. The official inflation rate for October stands at 5.4%. That's up from 5.3% the month before. Increases in food prices and housing costs are mostly to blame. At the same time, South Africans appear to have ignored Tito Mboweni's repeated warnings to reduce their debt levels.
Okay, you're paying by credit card.
In fact, we're spending more on credit now than ever before. The demand for credit shot up by a record 27.48% last month. Analysts agree that this means an interest rate hike next week is a virtual certainty. They're expecting another 0.5 percentage point increase. It would be the fourth since June and would take the prime lending rate to 12.5%.
With that, let's take a look at how the markets are doing. When E-News Primetime continues, thanks to the interest rate, you may have a little less in your pocket this Christmas, but shopping malls are making sure you can spend it safely.